Azarath Metrion Zinthos. What's up, travelers? How's it going? Have I got a review for you? Today we're reviewing the first episode of Titans. Not these Titans, these Titans. You know how I do this. I'm gonna give you my good, I'm gonna give you my bad, and then I'm gonna wrap up my final thoughts on the whole thing. Let's get into it, shall we? The pros of the new DC Universe streaming service, Titans. Pro 1. It actually had some good dialogue in it. You know, when the characters were interacting, I was finding myself, I can get into these characters. Especially some of the scenes that Starfire had. I really like some of those scenes. So, pro number 2. I like where they're going with the origin story. You can see why Robin has given up being Batman's sidekick. You can see where they're going with that. You can see that Raven is the daughter of Trigon and the portal for the apocalypse. You can see that they're going a different route with Starfire's origins. Not exactly sure where it's coming from, but I can see that they're doing their own thing with her. And Beast Boy, he was in this episode, so as of right now, it's only the first episode, so I can only base it off of what I've seen, and what I've seen so far is, it's not bad. Alright, time to go into the cons. And I'm just going to start off with Starfire right off the bat. And no, I'm not upset that they made the orange alien black. That does not upset me at all. I legit don't care. And yeah, I know, you can complain about her hair being curly, but in some form of comics, her hair was curly. Maybe not those type of curls, but it was curly. And no, I'm not going to discuss her outfit. Yeah, it doesn't seem good, but there's a reason why she's in it, and you kind of get the reason in the first episode, so I don't care. I'm gonna let that go. Now, my whole thing with Starfire in this one is that they kind of made her the Human Torch. Yeah, firepower star. I guess Starbolts was too lame. Okay, let's get into my second con, what I think is the biggest issue for this series that it has going for it. It's the whole edgelord darkness to it. You saw in the trailer when they went out of their way to have that scene where it's like, where's Batman? Fuck Batman. It was cringy in the trailer, and it was cringy in the scene when it happened. But, you know, during that scene where he was beating everybody's ass, I don't mind beating everybody's ass. But then there's the scene where he took one of the villains, where he took one of the bad guys' face and decided to scrape it against the wall. And, okay, whatever, I guess, you know, when you're fighting, you're doing, I just feel like that takes away from the fight scene, because you're slowing down your momentum of kicking ass to go. And if that wasn't bad enough, a minute later, he does it again. Bit unnecessary. Oh man. Oh, and let's not forget just how, you know, dark it is. You see that? He was vomiting blood. Can you see it? No, it's super dark. It's like all black and gray colors. Your color scheme doesn't need to be super dark to be a dark show. Sometimes there is such a thing as too much darkness. I say, as I'm cosplaying as Raiden. Now for my final thoughts on the process. I initially balked at this. I thought it was ridiculous. I knew they were going to try to make it the edgelord darkness that seems to be happening with a lot of our favorite shows. My favorite thing about the original Titans is that they balanced it with dark episodes, with deep and meaningful episodes, with humorous episodes. That was the Titans, you know? They're teenagers. But in this one, they seem to like completely ignore that, and they want to just go super dark and or so edgy and come watch us because it's adult. And I mean, you can be dark and not over the top. There's a way to do that. And the reason why I decided to give it a chance, honestly, is completely shallow. But the second trailer that dropped There was a BB and Ray moment, or Raven and Beast Boy moment, and I'm a sucker for those two. So I'm like, okay, I gotta check this series out just to see where they're going with that one. I mean, I believe there's also a Starfire and Robin one, and their relationship's cute, but you got to see that in the cartoon. You didn't get to see Beast Boy Raven because, you know, fucking Terra. I probably could have put this in my pro section, but another thing I like about this is that they have their names, their actual names. In the cartoon, there wasn't a time where you ever referenced their real name. Robin's real name is Dick Grayson. Starfire's real name is Corey. I mean, it's a longer name than that because she's an alien, but she shortens it to Corey. Not Starfire. Raven's real name is Rachel Roth, and they right off the bat told you that. And of course, Dick Grayson, because you get his origin story, Dick Grayson. And Beast Boy, again, he kind of showed up, so you didn't hear his real name, but you did hear it in the trailer, Garfield Logan. They are going to be going by their real names. And in the original cartoon, well, not the original cartoon, the cartoon I grew up with, you didn't really get that, and I thought that was a bit weird. So I like that they're doing that with this show. So overall, the show is not the garbage fire that everyone thought it was going to be. It's decent. It's only the first episode, but the first episode did make me want to continue watching it. Now, that is to say, it's unfortunate that it's with another streaming service, that you can't get it with one of the top two, Hulu or Netflix, and that's just extraordinarily inconvenient. Not everybody wants to drop money for multiple streaming services. We really just want one thing. This is why cable still exists, because cable has all of our channels in one place. That's why it's still a thing. I know we love Netflix, we love Hulu, but if we could just have all of our TV shows that we're watching in one easy, convenient, accessible place, that's where we go. So I can't justify saying buy DC Universe just to check this out. If you're a hardcore DC fan, it has multiple things there for you, but if you're not and you just wanted to see what the show was about, I can't say it's worth the price. I would say find a friend who has it and borrow their email address and password. I don't think the show is worth purchasing a streaming service for. But if you're going to use the streaming service for other things, then yeah. That's how I feel about that. Oh, man. Well, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this review / recap. And if you were wondering or whether or not you should check it out, yay if you're getting the service regardless. Nay if you're not getting the service. Okay, that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this review recap of episode 1. I do intend on keeping up with this myself. If you want to hear me recap the whole season, please let me know in the comment section down below. And if you like what you see here and you want to keep seeing more, feel free to subscribe. I post new videos every Wednesday. Except I don't see myself posting a video next Wednesday. I'm going to be out of town opening up a new Shack, and if it's anything like the opening for the my store, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to be super busy, probably working 14 to 16 hours a day, probably about 6 days a week, so I don't know when I'm gonna have the time to make another video, and I don't have anything. Well, I don't actually. I kind of have some videos in the backlog. I don't know. That being said, if you want to keep up with me, you can feel free to follow me on all my social medias. I have an Instagram, I have a Twitter, there's a Facebook down there, I think. I'm on Goodreads, and I have my own website, which I'm going to be posting a review of Spider-Man PS4 soon. Also, if you don't know, I still have my giveaway open because no one's entered it. So if you're looking for some books to read, I'm going to be giving away a signed copy of The Bells, and I'm going to be giving away a copy of Seafire. If you want to enter the giveaway, I will leave the video in the link down below. Thank you for watching. Later days.